What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to take you through 3 things that I wish I knew when I first started running. Let's get into them. Number 1, go slow and start slow. This is something you're going to hear from a lot of people because everyone makes this mistake. They get super excited about running and all they want to do is run, and they want to run fast. I fell for this, and like most people, I ended up with an injury. I think I learned a lot from that injury, so there is some good that came out of it, but I do think this is something that is avoidable, and I think it's something that if you're a new runner, you need to think about. And I think the one thing that we underestimate when we first start running, whether it's you're brand new to it or you're trying to get back into it from running previously, is that it's okay to run and walk at the same time. And I highly recommend starting off with some run-walk intervals to ease your way into running. It's going to get your tissues prepared. It's going to get your body prepared to take on the loads that need to be taken on during running. It's going to ease your way into building your aerobic base. It's going to prevent you from going out and running way too hard and feeling really shitty, which is what most people talk about. Why they quit running is because it felt like crap every single time they went out and ran. And that's probably because they're running at a way too high of pace. Their heart rate is too high, and it feels really terrible. The other thing I hear a lot of is, well, it's not the cardio that's holding me back from running longer or running faster. It's my body. Well, the reason that is because you ramped your volume up way too fast and your intensity way too fast. I'm not shaming anyone for this because I fall prey to this. Everyone's fallen prey to this. But this is the one thing that I don't think we can talk about enough so that people don't run into this continuous trap of starting too fast and starting too frequently. Number 2, compare you to you. This is probably one of the hardest things to do in any aspect of your life, but I find with running it's challenging, especially nowadays with Strava, where you can see everyone's paces, you can see how far they're going. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Strava. Follow me on Strava. I post a lot there, but it's very easy to be angrily scrolling Strava, wondering how this person is running way faster than you as you give them kudos on the run. Learning how to not compare yourself to other people right away in this journey is super important because everyone's at a different level. And when it comes to running, it is the one sport that I found it just takes a really long time to get consistent and get good at what you're doing. And because it's so simple in terms of you just put one foot in front of the other, everyone feels like they can just start running and do really well. And so you start comparing yourself to others, and it can really get you down, can really frustrate you, can really keep you from wanting to pursue the running, or it can keep you from running the right way early on so you don't end up injured, you don't end up feeling bad, and you don't end up quitting. So the cool part is that you can compare yourself to you over periods of time. I started running in 2020, and I've been running very consistently since then. I've run 3 or 4 road marathons, and on my very first road marathon I ever ran, I did a 4-hour marathon, and then I ran a 3:30, and then I ran a 3:16, and then I ran a 3:10, and it's been super cool over those 3 to 4 years to be able to compare myself to me, to see all the improvements that I've made since I first started running. Now, if I'm going and comparing myself to some other people in the sphere or on my Strava, I'm going to feel kind of bad because I'm running slower than them, which is all relative. So comparing you to you is going to be one of the best ways to just keep you focused on the improvements that you're making, not getting too much in your head about what other people are doing. It's going to bring a lot more enjoyment to it. And if you stay consistent and you run for weeks, months, years, you are going to see improvements, and you are going to feel good about those improvements, and it's going to motivate you to want to continue on with the running. So number 3, sign up for a race. I think this is so important for so many reasons. It's a great environment. It's exciting. You get to connect with the community. You get to put something on the calendar that's going to hold you accountable. It's going to push you. It's going to help you on those days where you don't want to run or you don't feel like training. Outside of those benefits, I think it's going to show you that you are capable of doing way more than you ever thought possible. The race environment pulls a lot more out of you. You're going to run faster than you ever thought. You're going to go farther than you ever thought. And it's really going to open your mind to the limits and the stories that you've told yourself and you've held yourself back on for so long. And I think that's really a key to doing a race, and even running, that's really changed my life. Is it made me realize, like, I told myself these stories of like, I'm never going to be a runner. And then I started running and I was like, okay, I can be a runner. I'm never going to be able to run a half marathon. Ran a half marathon. Never be able to run a marathon. Ran a marathon. Never going to be able to run a marathon fast. Slowly and slowly starting to get to the point where I'm going to eventually reach my goal of running a sub 3-hour marathon. It really has opened my mind that, like, we put a lot of these self-limits on ourselves, or we allow others to put these limits on us without ever actually stepping into the arena and putting ourselves in the position to accomplish it. So a race is a great way to prove to yourself, like, oh shit, I can actually run faster or run farther or do more than I ever thought possible, which can really open your mind up to pushing yourself further and to do more. This is translated over to many other areas of my life, not just in running. It's really opened my mind up to, like, what I'm capable of doing in my business, what I'm capable of doing in my personal life, and has really made me realize that I'm in control of that and that I'm the only one that can put the limits on myself. So like most people talk about this idea of growth mindset, it really does foster that, and I think it's a key to make sure that you sign up for a race. So those are the 3 things I wish I would have thought about when I first started running. Number 1, start slow, go slow. Number 2, compare you to you. And number 3, sign up for a race as soon as you can. It's a great opportunity. It's a great environment. It's going to show you more, show you what you're capable of doing more than you ever thought possible. That's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. Just was on my mind. Thought I would share it with you. Let me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe to the show so you don't miss out on any future episodes. We're getting into marathon prep here, so I'm hoping to have a couple of preps leading into my Toronto Marathon, which is October 20th, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to try to go for sub 3 hours, so the summer is going to be filled with some hard training, pushing my body, so I'm excited about that. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Check out my Instagram. Follow me there. I post stuff about running there as well. And on Strava, hit me with those kudos, hit me with those follows. I'm trying to become a Strava star. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, make sure you're getting out there, getting after it, and digging deep. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.